Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Giants and the Niners on Sunday night.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. This evening, the capper to this divisional round. It's the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
Yeah, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed, they want that bye, and they want to be sitting on their couch during the wild card round watching everybody else beat each other up. You factor in that rest. You factor in getting your legs back under you and getting some guys back, maybe who are out some previous weeks, and you're playing in front of your home crowd. That's every team's dream to start the season, and that's exactly what we got here.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time and taking the snaps. A quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But, Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to get ready for the offseason.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. And it's it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
Sometimes you just have to keep it simple. You don't need to overthink things on 2nd and short. Give it to the big guy behind you, send him crashing forward through the line, pick up the first down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
He'll get this one out to his fullback. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
York's kick is good. And the Giants are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Our 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Purdy works out of the pistol. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll roll out here with Purdy. he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Throwing on first down is Purdy. He's got it at the 7, and he will get into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown San Francisco.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A big-time play out of the G-men. 36 yards. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter down in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. He'll drop to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The 49ers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work this out to the 23. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play. They face 2nd down and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Purdy. He'll get this out quickly to Neighbors. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
2nd and 7. Throwing is Purdy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
3rd down. Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
Pretty sure if he had a chance to do that one all over again, Mike, that's just a simple, fair catch decision. He underestimated the ability to how fast that gunner could get down the field. They take advantage of it. Not only does he take the big hit, he coughs up the ball, and now he puts his defense right back on the field.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. Here's Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Go. To throw is Purdy. That is caught. And he's in. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers extend their advantage to 14-3. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one into the hands of Marshall. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
They'll try to run with their fullback. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New York.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
On now, Cade York for the point after. The kick is good. And the Giants are back within 4. It is 14-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing is Purdy. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. On the bootleg, it's Purdy. Looking across the field, he gets this to Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the
yard line. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. First and 10 now from the 36. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline, and he'll be out of bounds at the 5. A huge play just before the half. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to fit.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Moody's extra point is good. And the 49ers are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. They'll look to throw again. Samuel has it working the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Back to the air one more time. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. The Eagles needed a big win, and they got it, as the victory gives them a final mark of 11-6 on the year. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down.
Okay, ready? Let's go now. Let go. Check go.
The third quarter begins with a run. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half?
A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The Giants offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. They'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He completes it to Marshall. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home and he goes down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation play out across that defensive tackle position. I mean, years ago, Mike, they were the big run stuffers. They were big bodies in there just trying to slow down the interior run game. Now, these guys are not only big, but they're real athletes. Their job is to not only push the pocket, but win one-on-one and get sacks like that. I don't think we give them enough credit for how good they are as pass rushers from the interior.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Go!
His drive will start on the ground. He's to the 25. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. That is caught downfield by Pearsall. A pickup there of 28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes.
And he's in! Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, 49ers. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Giants offense make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
Here we go, set.
Marshall is on the move. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. They'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. He'll return it from the 11. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On 3rd and long, Purdy to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
The 49ers out to punt this one, as he's on to punt for the second time. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll look to throw. This one complete to Washington. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. They'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage. You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Let's go now. Take off.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Let's go. Ready, go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Niners first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to McCaffrey.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. Left side to the hands of Neighbors. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, 49ers.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Now a run on first down. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The 3-4 defense, Mike, is predicated on the big man over the center, the nose tackle. He's big, he's strong, he takes up the entire middle of the defense, and that's exactly what we just saw on that play. He makes the stop for no gain.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. A run here with McCaffrey. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 4th down, it's Jake Moody time for the Niners. This one will be from 37 yards out. Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. To the air now on 1st and 10. He gets it to Samuel, left side. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Samuel brings this in along the sideline. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw again. It's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. They are moving on as the #1 seed. Victory means they locked out another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.